So let's start with connections. So we need a new connection. You do this with the right mouse click. You go to new, and I know.
Oh boy, there's a lot of options here.
Yeah, there are a lot of connection possibilities here. And you told me that we have Excel file, right? So we have somewhere an Excel file, so I can search for a component that matches this criteria. So we have this connection type. I highlight this, then I give this connection a nice speaking name. So that's, for the moment, we are using a little abbreviation. So SMA means Sales Management Analysis. So then I know whatever technical object I'm going to create, everything is related to a functional organization, for example, or a functional feature request from you if you want to analyze sales, for example. And then we have the technical type. This is a C, a connection. We are going to connect to an Excel file.
Okay, yeah, that all makes sense. And that's also easier for someone who's, let's say, looking at it for the first time to understand what's going on in the specific one, because when everything is set up, there's probably going to be a lot of connections listed here.
Exactly. So we hit OK. We got our connection SMAC Excel. And I need now to connect to your file you gave me. I prepared it already. So currently it's on my machine. And I copy the path, the pull path to this Excel file into the file name here. I save this now, and then I have the possibility to test. And now the system tells me, fine, I can reach the file. We don't know exactly what is in the file right now, but at least we know that we can reach the file.
Yeah, and I see that on the side we have this flow graph that's starting up. And so I assume that it's going to, as we go step by step, show me what all we're building.
Exactly. And it's very helpful at this point here. So we say, okay, thank you for the test. Now we have a connection to our file. And I need a second connection now, because whatever we are pulling from the file, I would like to build or use it to build something in the target environment. And the target is a database, an OLAP database. We built already a proof of concept database. So we want to create another connection to a new database we are going to use for this scenario here. And this time it's a Jedox database. And we are going to use the Jedox connection. And we follow our naming convention, so it's for our sales management analysis application, and it's a connection, and it's an OLAP database connection. Hit OK. And now we need different parameters. So because this is a server, it's not a file anymore, and we need to know where is my server machine, the host of our Jedox OLAP server. In this case, we can use our local IP address because everything is installed on a local machine. The default port settings for the OLAP database is 4x7. We are going to use our logon credentials, the same we use for our demo environment. It's the user admin. The password is admin, lowercase, and we would like to connect to a database. So either you type in a given database, or what we are going to do, we are creating an ACME database, a new one. We just type in the name data ETL. So we are going to create a second one. We call it ATL, only to distinguish between our POC database, our demo database, in this case the ETL version. And this will become most probably our productive environment.
Okay, wait a minute. So with this stuff, if I don't know what the host is and stuff, I would talk to my IT department or administrator about it.
Right, exactly. And if you work in a cloud, you have all the settings you can use written in an email, or also ask your support. We need to save the settings here. And again, you get the little flow chart here. And we can also test our connection. So can we reach the server? And in this case, we get a little warning. So definitely data is tested with warnings. We are able to connect to the server, but the database is not there. I said that we create a new one. So in this case, the database that is currently not available, at the end of our task here, of our lesson, the database will be created automatically. In this moment, when we say load a specific dimension based on your source data into this database.
Oh, okay, and that's where it has the thing with the dimension load down there.
Exactly.
And that's where the warning can be ignored. Okay, good.
So we can ignore it because we know the database is not there and we're going to create it. If you want to connect to an existing database, you should not ignore. So maybe the name is has a typo.
Okay.
So we hit OK.